What's up, y'all? I'm gonna pick these winners for y'all real quick with Michael Morales versus Gilbert Burns. My bad on dropping this video a little late. I like to have these dropping on like Monday or Tuesday, but your boy was a little sick. I was a little congested. I didn't want to be sounding like fucking Porky the Pig on this video, so yeah. And also, all the odds is from Bovada because that's what I fuck with. For this first fight, we got Luana Pinheiro versus Tisha Pennington at 115. I'm just get straight to the point. Pennington finna fuck this girl up. It's gonna be an easy fight for her. Not even saying Pennington is all that great. You know, she's 35 years old, 10-7. She fought everybody. Tisha Pennington fought everybody. She fought Jessica Andrade, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, the champion, Weili Zhang, Marina Rodriguez. She fought Angela Hill. She beat Angela Hill, which is a good sign. Whenever you beat Angela Hill, that means like you above average. Because Angela Hill is just average. Like she's a good average though. She's a really good average. So if you can beat her, that means you're a little bit above good average. And 35 years old, ain't never been finished before. Tisha Pennington has never been finished. Then you got this girl, Luana Pinheiro. Her record 11-4, 31 years old, 3-3 record in the UFC. But one of her wins isn't even a real win. She got it off of a legal move, so she basically just took the easy way out and got a win, which is cool. Whatever, you do that when you're a mid fighter and you don't think you can pull it off. You just take the easy way. She on a 3-fight loser streak. She lost to Jillian Robertson, Angela Hill, and Amanda Ribas, which is not bad. Those are all good girls, but you know her W's are Michelle Watterson. She beat Sam Hughes, and then there's that legal move win. Like I said, Tisha Pennington all day. Pinheiro is not gonna finish her. She's not finishing anybody. Luana Pinheiro is not finishing anybody. I don't really. Michelle Watterson was a decision. I don't know how the Sam Hughes fight went, but she's not finishing nobody. Tisha Pennington is minus 420. Like I said on Bovada, she minus 420, and then Luana is plus 330. So like I said, Tisha all day. 125, we got Young Sung Park versus Carlos Hernandez. Park is 9-0 from South Korea, 2-0 UFC record. He beat Shannon Ross, no longer here. Guk Choi, I was on road to the UFC, so he doesn't even really have a win over an actual UFC fighter yet. Cause Shannon Ross, everybody know how that went with him. And then like I said, road to UFC, that don't really count. I think Park is a grappler. I'm not sure. I might have him convinced with some other Asian dude. I'm not even trying to be racist. Cause look, check this out. I think they might be racist. This dude Carlos Hernandez, this is his fourth Asian fighter in a row. His last fight beat a Mongolian dude. Right before that, lost to a Japanese dude. Right before that, lost to a Japanese dude. They just keep giving this man Asians. Why they keep doing that? That's crazy. Anyway, Hernandez is 10-4, 3-3 record. He's tough, man. Hernandez is a tough dude. I think he underrated too. He's real, especially you got to check that win he had over Dennis Bondar. He is a violent individual. And that's all you need to know. I like to bet on violent people who have hate in their heart. He tried to kill Dennis Bondar. He literally tried to kill that man. Elbows to the face from crucifix, bro. Slammed this man and then knocked him out with elbows. Violent. I don't like to bet against guys who ain't beat nobody yet. I like to go off of track records. If I don't watch film, I haven't watched film on Hyun Song Park, so I don't know what he's got. He may be some fucking turbo Korean, but I'm gonna go with Hernandez. Hernandez is a plus 127 underdog. Last time I checked, Park minus 147. Gotta go Hernandez just because he don't fought everybody. Alana Cemento, he beat Victor Altamirano, which not too good, but he still won. And like he beat the Mongolian dude. Can't even say his name to save my life. He lost to Ray Saruya. That happens, and then he lost to Tatsuro Taira. That happens. All three of those dudes absolutely kill Hyun-Sung Park. Maybe not the Mongolian guy, but the two Japanese dudes definitely do. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Carlos Hernandez. All right, so for this next fight, we got Denise Gomes versus Elise Reed at 115. Elise Reed is 8-4, 32 years old, 4-4 UFC record. Jessica Penne is her last win. Before that, she lost to Luke Godinez. And then before that, she beat Jin Yu Frey. Before that, she lost to Loma Lubumbi. And then she beat Melissa Martinez, and then she lost to Sam Hughes. So this girl is literally going win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. So now she's due for a loss, which is definitely about to happen. Denise Gomes about to smoke this girl. Denise Gomes, 10-3, 25 years old, 4-2 record. She just beat Karolina Kowalkiewicz. I said that really good. She just beat her. She beat Eduardo Bora as well, and then she lost to Angela Hill. And then she knocked out that Yasmin Uruguay girl from Mexico. And then she beat Bruna Brazil. And then she lost to Loma Lubumbi. She about to smoke this girl, and it goes with, like I said, She's on a win loss, win loss, win loss. She won her last fight, so historically speaking, she's gonna lose this fight. That's just how it works. Denise minus 575. Reed is plus 400. Like I said, Reed ain't got nothing for her. I could see if like Reed could like grapple, but she can't even do that. I mean, only thing cool about her is that Reed has a win over Jasmine Jasudavicius in 2020. In 2020, this is both early in both of their careers. So as we know, Jasmine would kill her now. It's interesting to see how like one fighter will beat somebody early in their career, and then they both will take the fighter that lost will have a way higher ceiling than the fighter that won. And that just shows you how what hard work takes you. You know how strong your mind is. It don't matter who you lose to. You know, all that matters is how you end and how hard you work in that gym. But yeah, Denise Reed, I don't know how. I don't care how hard she works. She not probably not gonna win this fight, but she can still win some other ones. But this 25-year-old bulldog Brazilian is about to knock her the fuck out or TKO her. Ugh. Okay, so this next fight, I swear I get. That's why I'm sick because I've been breaking down women's bantamweight fights. Because bro, what the actual fook? Luana Santos 8-2 versus Tainara Lisboa 8-2. Like I said, women's bantamweight. Ugh, it's crazy because men's bantamweight. Not to go on a tangent. Men's bantamweight is one of the best divisions in the UFC, and then women's bantamweight is literally the worst. It's absolutely crazy. And I have a theory for that, but I'll say that for another day. Santos 25 3-1. She lost to Casey O'Neill her last fight. Hey, I don't. There's no argument to that. You know, she's not bad. She's kind of mid, but she's not horrible. Before that, she beat Agapova, and then she beat Stephanie Egger, and then she beat Juliana Miller. So I, honestly, man, that's not really much of a good resume, but that's good for women's bantamweight. You know, that's not. You can't really argue with that. Lisboa, 34 years old, 2-0. She's 2-0 against Ravina Oliveira. Who the fuck is that? And she beat Jessica Rose Clark, some chick who she was pretty mid also. She got armbarred and choked out by everybody. She couldn't grapple. She literally just couldn't grapple. I bet on her a couple times. It's stupid. But anyway, Santos minus 145, Lisboa plus 125. I think Santos probably pieces this girl up for real, for real. I mean, even though the other chick Lisboa, she fought Shevchenko twice in kickboxing. I think that's worth mentioning. And then one of her two losses is to Norma Dumont. I mean, Norma Dumont is a current ranked fighter in her division. I'm pretty sure Norma Dumont might be ranked at 135. I'm pretty sure she's not bad. For 135, she's actually like a decent fighter. She'll probably be champion. Well, no, probably, I forgot Kayla Harrison. Anyway, she'll probably fight for the belt. But yeah, I'm gonna go Santos just because she seems more well-rounded. She seems more violent, seems stronger. And then when you're betting women's MMA, that's usually a difference maker. Who's stronger? Who has a specialty that they can rely on? All right, so next at 145, we got Connor Matthews 7-3 versus Yadier Duval 8-0. Connor Matthews is a sacrificial lamb. I don't know what he did to get this fight. I don't know whose girl he had sex with in the higher ups. He fucked Hunter Campbell's chick. He fucked one of Dana's side chicks. I don't know. But Yadier Duval is about to smoke this dude. And I'm not even trying to meat ride. Yadier Duval is nasty. That dude, he's a violent individual. He's Cuban. You don't really see bad Cuban fighters. It just doesn't really happen. I don't know if they're all on the same shit Yo Romero was on, but you don't really see bad Cuban fighters. This dude can box. He can wrestle. He's like a little mini Yo Romero. Watch his Contender Series fight. Watch that fight. He fought a Brazilian guy that was 17-4. Smoked him. Outclassed him everywhere. It went to a decision because, like I said, the guy had Yadier is 8-0. This man had 21. This man was 17-4. 22-1. He was 17-4. He more than doubled the amount of fights Yadier had, and you got to see what he did to this man. He cooked him. Yadier fights like a guy that is 13, 14-0 as opposed to 8. I know it doesn't seem like a big difference, but like 5-6 fights is a huge difference. You grow a lot. But Yadier, he's nasty. He's one of them. He will be ranked eventually. He will be ranked. He's 28 years old. This is his debut. They're giving him somebody, Connor Matthews, who has historically been finished. And God bless Connor Matthews. He just fought Jose Delgado, who's also nasty. I can't wait for his next fight. Jose Delgado is cold. Like, did they know Contender Series this last season? some savages came in. They brought in some dogs, man. But he lost to Jose Delgado and he lost to Dennis Bazucha, which is diabolical. You don't lose to Dennis Bazucha. Like he'll be out of the UFC pretty soon too. But like I said, Yadier can do everything, man. He can do everything. And God bless the fighters, man. Everybody has a puncher's chance. I'm a fighter. I understand that wholeheartedly. Every fighter has a puncher's chance, but some matchups are better than others. And Yadier is a tough matchup for Matthews. I know Matthews comes from New England Cartel. He's not a weenie. He's not training with like nobodies. He's training with good dudes. But I don't know who the fuck Yadier is training with over there in Cuba, or if he's training in Cuba. But the guy is good. He's very good. And don't take my word for it. Go watch his Contender Series fight. Go watch it. Yadier is minus 440 and Matthews is plus 330, and for a reason. And I'm sure probably now, those were the odds a couple days ago. He's probably like minus 600 right now, honestly. Also, I'm not dick right. It's called how I see it. All right, so 155, we got Jared Gordon, 20-7 versus Thiago Moises, 19-8. This seems like a vet. It's like a vet fight, but Thiago was the younger vet. He's the vet that's actually on a trajectory. He's the vet. He has hella fight. That is crazy. This dude has just as many fights as Jared Gordon, who is 36. Moises is only 30. I don't know. Gordon, I feel like Gordon has never really progressed as like he's very consistent. Jared Gordon is very, very, very consistent. You know you're gonna get out of him. You know he's not gonna give up. Like I said, man, those former addicts, bro, you're not gonna just run through and knock them out. Like you gotta really like kill them. They have like, cause like I think he like died already. So like Jared Gordon, you're not just gonna like kill him. You have to like outclass him. Or I mean, he has been finished by a guy. Like I know he has been like smoked, but generally speaking, that's not what happens to Jared Gordon. Thiago Moises, he's at Fighting Nerds now. He just had a really impressive win over Trey Ogden. If you can beat Trey Ogden, that means you're very smart. You're very smart because Trey Ogden is another guy. You're not just gonna bulldoze Trey Ogden. You have to beat him with your mind because Trey Ogden's a coach too. So he's and Trey Ogden is a very, very, very smart fighter. Even when Thiago Moises killed his leg with calf kicks, he still was fighting hard. So Thiago, he's a smart fighter too. You know, you have damn near 30 fights. You pick up a lot of things. And look at Thiago, like I said, he beat Ogden. He lost to Ludwig Klein in the decision, which is Ludwig Klein. He hit so hard to go 15 minutes with him is just kind of crazy. He beat Mitch Ramirez. Side note, a guy that called me out once. Well, side note, this guy got offered to fight him on 7 days' notice. There was some miscommunication. Somebody thought I took the fight. Somebody got the right message with that, which I didn't take the fight because I couldn't take it. I was already. I actually had COVID at the time. I couldn't take the fight. He thought I accepted it and then changed my mind when I never accepted it in the first place. So he tried to say I didn't have the balls to fight him or whatever. Anyway, he got smoked by Carlos Pratis like years after that, which is cool to see. No beef with him, but I just didn't like how he tried to call me a coward. Um, he lost to Saint Denis before that, and then he beat Milk Costa before that. I think Moises wins. I don't see how Trey Gordon really like. What does he do besides just survive? I mean, he's good. He can like he can wrestle and he can box, but like I think Thiago Moises is just more explosive. And he's a little more dangerous. And Fighting Nerds, bro. Aura. Also, last time I checked this fight, it was even money. So I'm gonna definitely go with Thiago Moises, and I'm kind of confident in him for some reason. But fuck it, we'll see what happens. At 155, again we got Matthias Camilo 9-2 versus Gabe Green 11-5. Camilo 24. This is his debut. He's infamously known as beating that guy that got on the mic at one of the I think it was like UFC Abu Dhabi or some shit like that. One of those Riyadh cards. And he got on the mic and asked Dana White, like, if I win my next fight, will you sign me? And Dana White's like, fuck yeah, I'll sign you, kid. He ended up losing to this guy, Matthews Camilo. Camilo's 24, like I said. He's young, he's growing, and he has um, two subs by guillotine. I don't really care to watch film on this because why the fuck would I? Who cares, bro? I don't care about Matthews Camilo or Gabe Green. This is one of those fights. A lot of times you can just look at their resume and see who's gonna win. You really can't. Like 95% of the time, that's what you can do. I feel like this is one of those fights. And it also not even just the resume. You have to know the fighters as well. So I don't have to watch film. I've already know who this fighter is historically speaking, just because I'm that much of a nerd. I've watched thousands of fights probably. Like if not thousands, probably at least 957 some shit like that. Anyway, Gabe Green, 32 years old, 2-3. So yeah, we got damn near 10-year age difference. Gabe Green, we ain't seen him since he got cooked by Brian Battle. No harm. And then he lost to Ian Gary before that, and he lost to D Rod, and then he lost to he beat Johan Liness, and then he beat Phil Rowe. That is a nasty resume right there. Bro, Gabe Green about to beat this dude. Excuse me. Gabe Green might beat this guy. He might guillotine him, honestly. Gabe Green sub. Fuck it. Even though Gabe Green isn't like the greatest fighter, like he's not like hella talented, but he doesn't do anything wrong. Like he's just like he's not bad, but he's not like super good. Like he's not like ranked. I don't think he'll ever be ranked, but he's good. Like I wouldn't want to fight him. He'll kick my ass. Like and like but like generally speaking though, compared to the rest of the division, he's not like super good at anything. He just but he is. He's not bad at anything either. And also like he wasn't really getting slept like that before Brian Battle hit him. Like that doesn't really happen with Gabe Green. He doesn't really get knocked out like that. I don't know what that was about. Well, I guess it was just plot armor because they were in Brian Battle's hometown, so it's just kind of one of those things that was kind of meant to happen. It was like in the stars already written, but yeah, Gabe Green, he doesn't really get tired either. I don't know, man. Also, you can also see Gabe Green just get pieced up. Like, you lost to D Rod. I mean, that's acceptable. Um, Gabe Green beats the guys who don't belong. I'll just say that he beats the people who don't belong. So if Matthews Camilo doesn't belong, then he'll lose this fight. He's a 2-1 favorite over Gabe Green plus 170. You better be the real deal if you're a 2-1 favorite over Gabe Green, who has fought Ryan Battle, Ian Gary, D Rod, and he's coming down too. He's coming down in weight. Honestly, Gabe Green is such a disciplined fighter that I'm not even worried about him. Like with the weight cut, like he's already a small welterweight. Not like we're not small welterweight, but he wasn't a big welterweight. He was smaller than Ryan Battle. He was smaller than Ian Gary. Definitely smaller than D Rod. Like I said, I don't agree with him being 2-1 favorite over Gabe Green. I wouldn't feel comfortable with the Camilo ticket or 2-1. I think this should be even money fight, and for that reason, I'll go Gabe Green. Like I mean, you went to a decision with Ian Gary. That age is so good, bro. Like I mean, even though Ian Gary is a decision fighter, but you grow from those things. You grow from sharing the cage with. He fought Ian Gary is pound for pound one of the best fighters. He's pound for. I think there should be pound for pound list with champions and then pound for pound with non champions. Ian Gary would be at the top of that list. Him and Shavkat. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Gabe Green for the pick. Whew, this is a tricky fight right here. 145. We got Julian Erosa 31-11 versus Melt Costa 23-7. I do not like betting on Julian Erosa fights. I don't like it. I bet on him against Darren Elkins because it's Darren Elkins. But whew, Erosa, man, 9-7. I love this guy as a fighter. He's amazing. This is why Julian Erosa is one of those fighters where there's a reason why fighting is a $1 billion industry. And it's because of fighters like Julian Erosa. People who just don't give a fuck. People who kill or be killed. Bro has over 40 fights. He's doing it for the love of the game at this point. Never will be champion, but just doing it for the love of the game. Killing people and being killed for the love of the game. I love it. I respect it. He's on a 3-fight win streak, which is sneaky. Sneaky. This man is on a 3-fight first round finish win streak. He's on a 3-fight win streak of finish people in the first round. He cooked Elkins. The Elkins ass whooping was so long that it felt like it was like 12 minutes, but it was really only like 4 or 5 or something like that. He choked out C-Rod, crazy, and then he choked out Ricardo Ramos. Prior to that, he was in a 2-fight skid, both first round knockouts. He got knocked out by Fernando Padilla, and he got, I don't know what that kick was called against Alex Caceres, but he landed it, and it sent Julian Erosa to a different stratosphere. Yeah, and then when his head came back, actually no, he lost again after that, and then he went on a 3-fight win streak. So those 2 knockouts like changed him because now he's doing really good. I mean, granted, well yeah, that's a good win streak. That's not one of those like weenie win streaks where it's like, oh, you just got 3 good matchups. So these are tough matchups that he actually won and pulled through. Melt Costa 4-2, 3-fight win streak as well. He just beat C-Rod. He beat Andre Fili, and then he beat Shaylin Norton Becky. Before that, he lost to Thiago Moises at 155 on his debut, and then he lost to Steve Garcia. No shame in that. Steve Garcia is a killer. He is one of the scariest fighters in the UFC. Melt, when I checked, he's minus 183. Erosa was plus 158. like I said, man, Erosa is hard to bet on and he's hard to pick against because he can beat anybody. Erosa is like a I won't compare him to Michael Johnson. Definitely not Michael Johnson, but just how he can just surprise you and then also get knocked out by just random people, you know. So for the sake of the pick, because I don't know, Melk been looking good, man. When Melk Costa's on, he's on. He looks like a damn glory kickboxer, and then he can also grapple too. So, I don't know, man. This is a close fight. They got Melk minus 183, Russell plus 158. I'll go Melk. I'll go Melk. But I can see Rosa getting him in a guillotine or some shit. Or some kind of darts. So next we got Nursultan Ruzabov 35, 9 and 2 versus Dustin Stoltzfus 16 and 6. And this is at 185. Because you know Ruzabov, he goes up and down. Nursultan is 31. He's 6'5 and 3 and 1 UFC. He's one of the only people who like Hamza, like they go up and weight, and they're still big. Like Nursultan was a 170, 170. Okay, cool. You think when you go up, you're gonna just be like a smaller version of that. You know, you're gonna be your smaller self in that weight class. No, he's big in 185 too. Cause I mean, I guess because he's 6'5", but he like Nursultan, he fills out so good. Like he's not just like some like he look like a basketball player kind of, but like he's muscular. Like he's big, he's strong, he has KO power. Like to be 6'5", he just beat Eric McConaughey, and then he beat Strix Dumas, and then he beat Bruno Ferreira, and then he also lost to Joaquin Buckley somewhere in there. And as we know now, Joaquin Buckley, he's just got the power of the ancestors on him or something. He's just been smoking people. Like, and then it was crazy because even when he fought Nursultan, I was like, I don't know how he's gonna, because Nursultan's good at using his reach. I know you think like, oh, Buckley's 5'9". Buckley is explosive as fuck though. I knew he would somehow close the distance. I just didn't know how. But yeah, Nursultan, he kept fighting hard that fight. Stoltz was 33 years old, 3-5 UFC record. He just smoked Barrios. He lost to Bruno Ferreira. He beat Puna in an impressive performance, and he lost to Abu Smogomedov. I don't think Stoltz was very consistent. He even in like when he fought Gerald Mearshart, he just checks out. That Barrios win was really cool and it surprised everybody, but I don't think maybe that's him. Maybe he turned a new leaf, but I think Ruzabov cooks him, just like kind of how Abu Smogomedov cooked him, kind of how Bruno Ferreira cooked him. I feel like anybody with a real killer instinct. I mean, Puna had a killer instinct, but Puna, he's small for 185. His punches weren't affecting Dustin. Puna, that's why he fights at 170 now. Barrios, we already know. Barrios just cooked. Barrios, it's like a lottery for him. He gets cooked every once in a while. Like Shitty, we all remember when Shitty smoked him, and it like Barrios, he's tough as hell, but it's just like sometimes it's like a woman's period. Like he's more susceptible to getting knocked out at certain parts of the month. I guess that's what it seems like. But Ruzabov is minus 290. Stoltz was plus 240. I gotta go Ruzabov. So for this next fight, we got Sadiq Yusuf 13-4 versus Myra Santos 15-1. Now I will say Myra Santos should be 14-2. His last fight was a very blatant robbery. Um, yeah, that wasn't good. That was weird. I don't know what that was about. Bad judges. Francis Marshall beat him. Francis Marshall definitely beat him. He's 2-0 in the UFC, but a fraudulent 2-0. He beat Kane awfully, which it was one of those tough finale fights. He has a loss to Dan Argueta. He got finished by TKO. I don't think he Maron Santos is not as good as his record. Granted, his tough fights were really good. Like he beat the shit out of Kane awfully. That was good, but it's Kane awfully, bro. Like he's not UFC level. He's a good fighter, but he's not UFC level. Sadiq Yusuf is very very good in my opinion. He's one of my favorite fighters. Like he's one of those like low key fighters. He's really good, but you just don't really hear about him just because he's not like top ranked. He doesn't have a belt. He's 31, 6-3. He's on a 2-fight skid, but to Diego Lopez, and Edson Barboza, two people who would definitely both kill Mario Santos. So he has a loss to somebody who just fought Volk. He got cooked, but is what it is. Before that, he lost to Don Shinas. He beat Alex Caceres. He lost to Arnold Allen, and he beat Andre Fili. And he beat Mike Davis on Day One Contender Series, that's one of the best fights I've ever seen. That fight could have been a main event on like Apex. That was such a good fight. Um, I'm going Yusuf all day. I'm going Sadiq Yusuf all day. I don't think Mario Santos. He's a good fighter, but what we just saw in that Francis Marshall fight, that was horrible. That was not. I mean, yeah, UFC level for sure, but he lost that fight. Like it was a. It wasn't like, oh, this is a close fight. No, he lost that fight. He lost. He got beat up. But I had Mario Santos at a parlay, and I started reparlaying after that. And then I was like, oh shit, he won. That was weird. But Sadiq Yusuf all day. Sadiq is minus 110. I don't know why. To Myron's plus 130, but yeah, Sadiq all day. Okay, so for this weird co-main, we got they just know somebody finna get finished. That's we got at 205 we got Paul Craig 17-9-1 versus Rodolfo Bellato 12-2-1. I don't have much to say about this fight either. We already know what you're getting with Paul Craig. He's armbar or bust. If he doesn't get the armbar, he's probably gonna lose. Bellato, I don't know. You got pieced up by Ihor Potierio. You went life or death with him. You went to a draw with with Jimmy Crute. You lost to Vitor Petrino twice. You're minus 550. Who the fuck should you be minus 550 over? I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go Bellato because he's not gonna armbar. Because Bellato, if we know one thing, he's tough. He's tough. So he's gonna cook Paul Craig for sure. But I don't. Minus 550 is crazy. I'd rather put it on Thiago Moises at even money or something. I mean, Bellato, he's tough. He's strong. He's a big blockhead Brazilian, but I don't think he goes very far at 205 because he doesn't move his head. His head is so big and he has a fat neck and he has no head movement, but he hits really hard at least. But yeah, he's getting dusted pretty soon, but he's gonna dust Paul Craig for sure. For the main event, Gilbert Burns 22-8 versus Mike Morales 17-0. Shout out to Mike Morales. I met him actually. I met him like a year ago, in August. Me and his teammate fought on the same card. Shout out to Mike. We smoked also. Smoked the blood with him. Burns, 38 years old, 15-8, 3-fight skid. Sean Brady, Jack Della, and Bilal. You can't argue with that. You cannot argue with that at all. Um, and then Mike Morales, 25 years old, 5-0. He beat his last three is Neil Magny. He cooked Neil Magny for one. He beat Jake Matthews, and then he beat Max Griffin. Before I predict this Mike Morales win, I will say respect to Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns is the best he's the best of the old generation. He's one of the best out of the old generation of 170 fighters. Like the old generation, we're talking about Bilal, we're talking about Kamaru, we're talking about Masvidal, we're talking about Kobe Covington. Gilbert Burns, he's one of the best out of all those. Cause look, Gilbert Burns fought everybody. He fought Sean Brady, Jack Della, Bilal. He fought Usman. He beat Masvidal. He beat Magny. He beat Covington. He amazing resume. Amazing resume. He's 38 years old. Hopefully, he gets a shitload of money for fighting this young hammer. Mike Morales is a beast. He can wrestle. He hits really hard. He's huge. Mike Morales he looks like a middleweight. I was looking at him like, damn, how would you even make 185? I just couldn't. Like, I fight 155. He fights 170. I was like, how the fuck is there only one weight class between me and you right now? It doesn't make sense. Anyway, last I checked, Mike Morales is minus 1,000. So unbettable for me. But yeah, shout out to Gilbert Burns, man. He's had a really good career, really good resume. He's also I hate to. He's one of my favorite fighters. I say it a lot, but he is. I love his skill set. I'm such a fan. I have 100 favorite fighters, honestly. But I love his skill set. Like if you could build a fighter, dynamite in both hands, in world class jiu-jitsu, can't beat it. But yep, that's it for the predictions. Let's make some fucking money, man.